Hey, all of my virtual learners. I hope you guys are excited and are feeling pretty good about learning at home. As some of you may know, I am Mrs. Dix. I'm your school counselor. So, this year might look a little bit different for you. I am going to also be videoing my guidance lessons that usually I would have you guys come in my room and we would all sit on the carpet and we would have our guidance lessons. Well, I'm actually going into the classrooms this year, and then I'm also going to be videoing my guidance lessons so that you guys can see them at home as well. So, to start off, August's guidance lesson is a little bit different than all the rest. So, this guidance lesson is just so that you guys can get to know me and get to know what I do as a counselor at your school. So, I want you guys to think really quickly. What do you think a school counselor does? So, you guys probably have a really good idea in your brain, but I'll help you out a little bit. So, the number one thing that I do with my kids is I help. So, sometimes I help you guys with problems at school. Sometimes I help you with problems at home or maybe at activity, like a sport or something like that. So basically, I just help you guys with your problems. And I love my job. And my most favorite thing about my job is that I get to be a friend to about 500 and some odd kids. So there's 500 and some odd of you guys at Chickasaw, and I get to be a friend to every single one of you. Now, if you think about what a good friend is, you might think, well, a good friend listens to me. That's true for me too. I listen to you guys. You guys also might think a good friend doesn't tell everyone else what I told them. They keep it to themselves, right? So that's also true. But there is something that you guys need to know. I need to be honest with you. So I keep everything to myself that you guys tell me, unless, and some of you guys probably remember me talking about this in January, but I keep everything to myself unless there are 4 reasons. Unless I think someone may hurt you. That's reason number 1. If I think someone may hurt you, I have to tell somebody to keep you safe, right? Number 2, if I think you might hurt someone else, I have to tell another adult, someone who could help to keep everyone safe, okay? Reason number 3 is if I think you may hurt yourself. Now, this could be on accident or on purpose, but if I think you may hurt yourself, we gotta tell another adult to keep you safe, okay? And then the last reason is if you give me permission. If you tell me something that maybe is just a little bit too hard for you to tell another adult, then I can help you with that. I can make sure that I have permission from you and we can kind of go through that together, okay? But other than that, everything stays between me and you, okay? Because we are good friends. Now, this doesn't exactly pertain to my virtual learners, but if you're at school with me, you guys know about my mailbox that I have outside of my office. And that's how you guys communicate with me and let me know that you want to come see me. Now, with my virtual learners, with my VIPs at home, I am working on coming up with a way that maybe your parents can let me know that you want to chat for a while, okay? So stay tuned for that, and I'll let you know as soon as I have that figured out, okay? Now, one more thing that I'd like to talk about is germs. So if you guys were here at school, we would be talking about this as well. So today we're going to talk about germs. You guys are probably aware that there is a little germ going around outside, and that's why some of you have to stay home to learn. It's so that you can stay safe at home, and your parents wanted you to stay safe at home. And they wanted you to stay safe from a germ, okay? So when I think about a germ, it seems like it's something that we want to fight, right? We want to take care of those germs so that we don't spread them to anyone else. So, today we're going to talk about some ways that you can fight germs so that you don't spread them to anyone else and so that all of this can get much better. Now, number one, and you probably have seen this, you wear a mask. So, I'm not wearing a mask right now because I'm in my room and I'm alone. So, no one else is here that I might give my germs to. Now, if I was with someone else and they were standing next to me, I would need to be wearing a mask to protect them and to protect me. So, one way is to wear a mask. Another way is to wash your hands and to wash them really, really good. A good way to remember of how long you should wash your hands is to have warm water and to lather them up with soap. And then once you have them a little bit wet to where you can make bubbles with the soap, you want to sing the happy birthday song twice. Now, some people will tell you just sing it once, but I think if you sing it twice, then your hands will be extra clean, right? So that's another way, is to keep your hands super duper clean. And one thing we forget is to clean underneath our nails. So little germs like to hide on our hands and under our nails. So make sure when you're washing your hands that you're getting under your nails as well, okay? And then another thing is you might stay 6 feet apart from someone when it's possible. So let's say, even though you're a virtual student, you might be going to the grocery store. One way that you can help is to stand 6 feet away from people at all times. And 6 feet can be a hard thing to kind of just look and know it's 6 feet. But just kind of look with your eyes and see if you're far enough away to not touch them with reaching pretty far, then you're probably okay. Now, another thing is to use a Kleenex for blowing your nose or wiping your nose. So a lot of times it's easy for us to just wipe our nose with our hand, right? And then we might rub it on our clothes. We don't need to be doing that, especially right now. So if you feel like you have some tissue needs, make sure you grab a Kleenex and use that. And then after you use that Kleenex, what do you need to do? You need to wash your hands. So you guys can go wash your hands again and sing that happy birthday song twice, because extra washing is never a bad thing. And then you guys will be good, okay? So for parents at home specifically, this is something that if anyone who is virtual right now would ever come back into school, just some tips and tricks that I'm giving parents is to wash their backpacks once a week and to make sure that they have their own school supplies so that they're not sharing anything with anyone else. And then another thing is to make sure that you take your shoes off as soon as you get home. And even if you're just virtual students, as soon as you get home from the grocery store or wherever it is that you've been, if you'll take your shoes off at the door, then all those little germs that are on the bottom of your shoe from walking out will not get through the rest of your house. So that is a really good tip. So when you get home, take off your shoes and go ahead and wash your hands, because you don't know what kind of germs you might have on your hands from outside, okay? And so that is all I have on that. Next, we're going to do a really fun experiment that helps you to see how germs work and why soap is such an awesome thing. So stay tuned. Okay, friends, so this is our little science experiment today. If you think about it like this is our skin, the water is our skin. These little pieces of pepper are germs, okay? Now, I want you guys to see what happens when I stick my hand into the germs without any soap on it. And when you pull it out, look at all those germs, okay? Now, I'm gonna dip my finger in this soap, okay? So as you guys can see, I have soap on my finger now. And watch what happens. So, what do you think that means soap does? It protects us from all those dirty germs. So that's why I thought it was so important to show you guys just how much soap can help protect us from germs.